Hey YouTube, we're starting with chapstick vanilla mint. This is supposed to be a winter solstice look requested by Carla's hauls, unboxings, and more. I will tag her down below. She requested this look when I asked in my community post what you all wanted to see from me for Vlogmas. This will be my last Vlogmas video. And she also requested it be posted on the 21st, which is solstice, winter solstice. So, I did wash my lab coat, and we're gonna put this on because this is a hell of an experiment. And it's not, oh, my bracelet got stuck. Okay. Can't be messing up my carrots. All right, Mad Troll Scientist here. This is not what the picture looks like, so I guess we can say I made it my own. The picture is from Glamorous Reflections, and it was in the picture, so I do know who it is. So no copyright infringement intended. Here is a picture of that and a picture of just a winter solstice picture. All right, we ready. Let's get in. We're going to be using, based on what I thought the colors look like, which these shades show up different than me than in the pan. We're using Whistler Snow Lodge palette because the look, as you saw, there was bright shimmery white, blue. There looked to be a little green mixed in with the blue for the halo, inside the halo part, a shimmery white in the middle. And in the solstice picture, there was some brown. And so I picked this palette because I thought, okay, everything is in here. And so we use this shade here, which is Powder Specialist, which is the dual chrome, so it showed the pink. That's the center lid. And we used Whistler just on the outsides of the spotlight shade. We used Snowmad, which surprisingly did not really show up this vibrant blue, and this is the blue we used for the smoky blue look for one of the recreations that Dawn had asked for. And so I was kind of surprised that next to the green it did show up still greenish. And on the outer corner, we use this shade here just for some depth, and this is Gone Skiing. And for inner corner, we use Snow Bunny, this shade here. Lower lash line, we have two NYX retractable eyeliners, and the first one I used was silver. I put that all across, and then on, well, here and here, I use blue. So I'm going to apply those and be back. Actually, this is deep blue. And then when I come back, I'll tell you what else is on my face, and then we will really just jump into this look. So on my face, I used the MAC 44.5 powder foundation. For highlight, I used Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in bronze. To set my under eye, I used this shade here, which is Soft Light. For bronzer, I use this shade here, which is Golden Bronze Light. And for setting powder all over my face, I use this shade here, which is Radiant Light. And this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 2. And then I sprayed my face with Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. Prior to all of that, I used the Fenty Brow Pencil, and this one is in Soft Black. And so let's get into this look. I will say I was kind of surprised how the shade showed up, and I think because it's just been so long since I've used the Whistler palette. When I did the recreation look, that was just two shades, and only one was from in this palette. Actually two, because we put, I think, the same blue on the inner corner. So I think I had just forgotten how some of these shades show up on me. And one thing about Nomad shadows, it may be my undertone, they show up different on my lids than they look in a pan. Not all of them, but some of them. And so when I did this look, I'm like, so it doesn't look like the picture, so I am just going to say I'm making it my own. When I do halo eyes or spotlights, I don't like when I bridge it, because for my eye shape, I think it just looks weird. But that's what she did in the picture, and I needed some other color or something going on up there. So honestly, I'm not feeling the look. I think I did nail the look as far as the aesthetic of the look, but I'm not liking it for me, and I'm not really liking the tones. And I don't know, I think maybe this being pink right here is throwing me off, because it is supposed to be like a deep blue and a deep green. And so, yeah, so that's my thoughts on the look. Now we're going to go in with, what did we do next? Whistler, this shade, and this was just on the outsides of Powder Specialist. And so I think maybe I just didn't pick the right tones, because as you saw from the picture, everything was very vibrant. The green was distinct, the blue was distinct, and even though you can see the green here, well, I guess you can still see the green and the blue, I guess. And I am my own worst critic, I believe. And so I don't think the look is horrible. I just really don't like bridging across the top when I do a halo / spotlight eye. And so we're just lightly feathering in, but not a lot, because we do want that center shade to shine, and it looks like it's more on this side. But we're going to keep going and see how this turns out. Now we're going to go in with Snowmad, that deep blue, which didn't really show up deep blue. And it's almost time for this palette to turn, or to be expired, so to speak. And so maybe that's what's happening too. But I do remember this was not vibrant like I thought it was going to be when I did that other look. And this was my most vibrant blue. And so I was just like what's going on here? I just checked the back where my label is, and it does say it expires January 2023, so it is on its way out. And for me, Nomad's formula does change. This palette has Evening Primrose oil in it, and my theory is that it's the oils that start to turn versus just the regular shadow that doesn't have oils in it. And I have had some palettes longer than when they say they expire, but I find that Nomads, they do turn on me. The formula seems to be different. They apply a little different. They look a little different. In the pan, they'll chunk up a little bit. And so I'm gonna go back in still with that blue. I'm just trying to build up that blue. So thank you all for the requests for what you wanted to see from me for Vlogmas. Y'all kept me busy, and I was excited to do the looks. Some of them were challenging, but I learned a lot, and so I do really appreciate when I ask questions, like, you guys really answer, and I appreciate that. And I do that because I want you to know that I see you and I hear you. And to my new subscribers, thank you for being here. Every now and then, I think maybe once a month, I think I'll do a community tab saying what do you want to see, and I'll do that, but it won't be, you know, like 5 or 6 videos. I'll pick just one. And so what I'll probably do is, I need to remember I'm saying all of this, post in the community tab what you all want to see, and then I'll pick 3 or 4 or 5, and then post in a community tab a poll, which one would you rather see, and that's the one that I'll do. And so I'm thinking I may do that once a month, because I love the interaction, and I do feel like it brings us a little bit closer when we are having those conversations, even though it's through social media. You asking and me answering, and then me asking again and you answering again. So sort of like you choosing for me, what it is that I'm going to do. And after this, I took going skiing. And so you see what I mean about how there's just all this space, and it's because I have puffy lids. And in the picture, she didn't have a puffy lid. And you see the difference between this and this. And even though I don't like this because it's too much space, and I could take all of the shades all the way up. Maybe I'll try that in another look, because I just don't like that. Yeah, so maybe one time I will just take all the shades, excuse me, troll, up to my brow bone. So we're going to go into going skiing, and we're just going to put that on the outer corner. I don't even know why I did this. I think just to add some more depth to it. Gotta make sure I'm keeping the shapes the same because I'm still learning, relearning how to do one eye ahead of time and have them look the same. And then when I'm editing, sometimes I'm going back and forth trying to get it the same. I'm trying to remember if I took the blue I think I took the blue over first. Yeah, I think I did. So just going back to the brush with Snow Mad, I think I just lightly swept here. I think that's what I did. For those of you who saw my unboxing with this lab coat, the sleeves are wide, but not obnoxiously wide like they looked before I put them on, or before I put it on. And I did wash it. Someone was saying they had lab coats and they were very scratchy. But I do wash things before I wear them, and it's actually comfortable. And I do have sensitive skin too, so my skin isn't itching. It doesn't feel like it's scratching me. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. So we're going to put that down, and then we're going back to this brush. We're not adding any more shadow yet, but we're just lightly tapping over the blue. And that might be all we do. I'm not liking this little point right here. And then I took a blending brush, no shadow on it, and just lightly blended. They do not look the same. There's more color here than over here. So do I need to take more going skiing? All right, I'm gonna figure this out, and when I come back, maybe they'll look the same, or maybe not, because I'm a troll, damn it. Nope, it doesn't quite look the same. I did add more shadow on this brush, the Going Skiing color, the brown, on this side. So I'm just trying to match it up, and it is hard. It is so much easier when I do this, like this shade, that shade, and then this shade and that shade, versus doing an entire eye and then trying to match. Like, that is just challenging for me. Like, that is not the same. And I don't really want, this is the one with the blue, I really don't want to keep going back and forth, because at some point, you know, I just gotta stop and accept that it is what it is. These do not look the same. I'm going back with I'm sitting here still holding these two brushes with Going Skiing, because it is more vibrant over here. So we're just going to place some more of this here. It's easier for me to match it up when I do back and forth versus one entire eye. I know I just said that, but I'm trying to figure out why. And I think it's because I can feel where it's going, and I seek that same feeling on the other side. But by the time I do this whole eye and then move over here, I don't still have that muscle memory thing going on. And in her center, in the picture, it was just a sliver of the shade. These are not at all even the same look. And this side looks like it has more green, so let's go back with that green. This it's challenging. So all right, let's go back with the blue. I am enjoying this because I enjoy playing in makeup. It's just when you see something that you're trying to emulate or recreate or make it your own, like, I still want it to look like that to some extent and just kind of tweak it to be my own, but it's like the whole thing is my own. I think this is just what it's going to be. And I'm looking down to see at least if the corners are the same. Like, poke myself in the eye. If this lines up and if it lines up here, that's what I'm looking at right now. And so this is going to be that. And then what did I do? The brush with Powder Specialist, sorry for smacking. We did take that lightly up here because she had the white. I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a moment. Up here, even though this is a dual chrome and it shows up pink. And when I applied it, I was thinking I could have taken a celestial shade from one of Pat's palettes, because all of hers have, you know, the glittery chunky monkeys. and some of them are not shades on me. This is the blending brush that we did not put any color on, and we're just going to feather over. Some of them are not colors on me, it's just a shimmer, and so I think that would have worked, and even for the spotlight look. But what I like about these challenges too is that it gives me ideas on other stuff to do or how to tweak it. You know what I'm saying? And so in that sense, I'm really thankful for that. One thing I forgot to tell you, we took Ski out, this shade here, for our upper lash line, and I'm going to put that on now. Using a thin brush with this, trying to do a wing with it, gave me fallout, but it was easy to brush away though. I'm going to finish this and I'll be right back. I had a thought. See, my sleeve almost dragged stuff off of my table. I had a thought to use the white MAC Black Panther collection eyeliner and I was going to just put a line under my brow, and I was close. I had unscrewed it, I had wiped off the excess, and I sat here and I'm like, nope, because this cannot be undone. And I was like, it cannot be undone. If I hadn't bridged it, maybe I could have put a white line there. That would have been interesting. And then I'm thinking if I would have had a blue one, but then it's more green than blue. And I like the richness of the picture. Let me move on. Scott Barnes mascara, Pumped Up, is what it's called. Top and bottom lashes. I will be back in a moment. Y'all, I watch too much horror shows because every now and then when I'm filming, I look over there where that light is. That's the entryway where my front door is. And in some of those films, especially like the found footage or whatever, where somebody's doing something at home, playing around with something they shouldn't be playing around with, and you know, they're doing a live stream, and there will be like a figure that'll like look over and go back, and the person doesn't see it because they're just, you know, doing their thing, but we see it. And so every now and then I kind of look over there like, is something gonna be peeking at me from in my doorway? Yo, I be shook sometimes. And it don't even be scary stuff. It be like little stupid movies on Tubi. But yeah, sometimes I have those thoughts. We're gonna wipe off some chapstick. I do have 3 lip products, so I feel like I'm yelling. And we're gonna do all the things with the lips today. This is from the Jimi Hendrix Lip Duo Voodoo that came with this, but we're not going to use this one. We're going to use the Fenty Stunner and Unveil because it's a dupe for that, and this expires, actually it says October 2022. And then we're going to top it with the Gloss Bomb in, is it hot chocolate or chocolate? Hot chocolate. I'm wondering if, let me know what you think about this. Do you keep liquid products until they actually do turn, like for liquid lipsticks, like sometimes they just get rank and it's just like, ugh. Or like, should I just get rid of it before it turns rank? Because even if it's on its way out, even if it's, do I need to sharpen this? Oh, it's a twist up. Awesome, love it, but it's not twisting up. No, it doesn't twist up. It's, damn it, I wanted to retract. Oh, it does. If you turn this part, it twists up. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Because I'm thinking even if it's on its way, it could already be breeding whatever is breeding, or whatever is breaking down is already breaking down even before it starts to smell funny. You know what I mean? And so I'm wondering if I should just get rid of it since it expired 2 months ago, especially because I have a backup of Unveil, but also because it's a dupe for the Jimi Hendrix Voodoo. And so I'm not even going to open up the backup of the Fenty Unveil because I'll be using the Jimi Hendrix one. And I don't want to have 2 of the same, just about the same shades open. And so, would you keep using it? That's the question. Until it starts to actually smell bad, or would you not risk it and just go ahead and throw it away because it is technically expired? We're going to take now the Fenty Stun and Unveil, which I usually don't use a lip liner with it, but I just wanted to do all the things. This is a requested look, and I'm using my makeup. So we're going to put this on. You know what? It smells a little stronger than it used to, but it's not a bad smell. And I didn't notice it the last couple of times I used it. But then it dissipates. So when I first opened it, it's like, but then it goes away. You know what I mean? So you know what? I'm gonna get rid of it. Because it didn't used to have that initial smell to it. So it is on its way out of Trollville. And so this will be the last time I will use this one. So we're changing the question. Would you keep it until it's completely rancid? That's the question. I love the Fenty Stunners. You saw how easy that is. Just one pass. And actually, the Jimi Hendrix one is the same way. One pass. I don't got to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth like some other lippies. In Juvia's Place, I don't have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth either. This is just about dry. We're going to put the hot chocolate gloss bomb, on top of it. And I don't care about double dipping the wand back in here because the lippy is brown. And even though this is clear, this has a brown tint, so I don't care about that. So this is the finished look. So Carla, thank you. Mad Troll Scientist. I was gonna say did the damn thing, but I don't know. Mad Troll Scientist did something. I do think it's an interesting look. No, they don't look the same. No, it's not like the picture, but I do feel like I made it my own. I don't think it's hideous. I am reminded I don't like to bridge my halo or the spotlight. The colors are not the same, but I like how things blended together. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Let me know what you think. And thank you again to all of my new troll riders. Welcome to the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. Excuse me, troll. Them internal hiccups or belches, whatever they are. At least they're not loud and obnoxious though, right? Sometimes that does bubble out of me. And it's just like, oh, I'm really gonna go. Something's gonna pop up for you to watch over here if you have more time, you want to continue hanging out. And if not, come back, because even though the troll train keeps on moving, we are still always here. How is that? Because we do things like that. So thank you for being here, and you will see me in the next non-Vlogmas video.